What is up, every pony? It's Puppy here, Power here, / Magical Harmony, and welcome to MLP Talkies episode 4 on Your Marks. This is the first CMC episode in the season, so let's begin the review. In this episode, the CMC are trying to figure out what to do next after they have their cutie mark. Now, since they all staring at their own cutie marks, except for Apple Bloom, she's not staring at her flank. They did make an inappropriate joke, so I'm not going to say it. But in one little funny scene, they try give an example of something, and when they do the yodeling, oh my god, their voices are so deep. I have no idea why it was so deep, but it was just too funny. Plus, it was copied with Scootaloo and Apple Bloom, so I don't know. But basically, they try looking for cutie mark problems. They go to grown-up ponies who already have their cutie marks first. Now, that is obviously their first mistake. Fillies get their cutie marks when they're pretty much young. Fillies and colts, so they should have gone to them. But believe it or not, they find Biceps, and he has a cutie mark problem. So that is one little clip there. So after their failed attempt of trying to find a cutie mark problem after bulk biceps, they made a new chart. So they discuss that, with the whole new cutie mark thing, sorry, there's a leg, but then it's hard to find a pony with the cutie mark problem. So then they go to their third option, which is the idea. That's a light bulb, by the way, in the yellow section. So after their failed attempts, they made a new chart. Sweetie Bells believes that maybe it's not just searching, maybe doing their own things could help them out. But they all like different things. Apple Moon likes potion making, Scooter likes scootering, and Sweetie Belle likes to sing. So after their failed attempts of agreeing, they try all three differently, didn't agree on them. We had little Sam Sakura in the potion making. Sweetie Belle suggests that maybe they tried own things for a while, and Scootaloo said that too. So Scootaloo goes bungee jumping, and Sweetie Belle goes to do crochet, which is making scarves and all sorts of knitting. Apple Bloom doesn't know what her special thing is, even though she has potion making. That's an automatic fail right there. Apple Bloom does take it the wrong way and thinks they just ditched her. And Apple Bloom gets her own solo. And Apple Bloom's first solo, called On My Own, basically in the song On My Own, Apple Bloom tries all sorts of different things, from baking, painting, all sorts of stuff. Now, I am an artist myself, and here we have Apple Bloom with all sorts of stuff on the raft boat and other things. There is a scene where there's Tree Hugger and Diamond and Silver Spoon, and when I saw Tree Hugger, I was like, oh my god, she probably lives in Ponyville. So here we have Apple Bloom, depressed and everything, until she finds a dance studio with all sorts of colts and fillies dancing together. So when Apple Bloom comes into the room, the instructor comes in, sounding a bit like Dracula, but I can see why. So when she tells Apple Bloom the partnership is one thing and solo, she can try out in the last minute. Kind of not the last minute, but you know what I mean. So when Apple Bloom tries out, she basically makes chaos and doesn't make it. She just becomes a solo. So when the shy coat, now people think it's tender taps, but I heard tinder taps. Here, listen to this. Alright, so here is the whole scene. I believe it's right here. Here it is.
The hall tonight, and the spot just opened up. Tinder Taps is a little too shy to perform.
So what did you guys hear? Tinder taps or tender taps? So leave a little comment down below if you think it was hashtag tender taps or hashtag Tinder taps, because it's Tinder taps to me, but let me know in the comments below. So when she doesn't make it, she walks out of the dance studio and Tinder taps follows her, and he explains that he really likes to perform, but he's just too shy. But he's pretty much like Fluttershy. He's an earth pony that is too shy to perform. But Apple Bloom is too depressed and into herself that she doesn't listen to him, even though she basically saw Tinder perform. A genderbend name for Tinder Taps would have to be Dancing Tappy. Dancing Tappy or Dancing Tappa. But back to the episode. So when Apple Bloom goes to the clubhouse and there's Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom, they walk in, they see Apple Bloom with a whole bunch of papers, all like with an X on it, and say that she can't find anything. She looked and looked and looked, but she did tell them that she liked dancing. After, well, Scootaloo explains to her, and also Sweetie Belle explains to Apple Bloom that they said just to do things on their own for not every day. As in, the lesson they're trying to say is that even though we're friends doesn't mean we do things that we don't have to do things every single day. So when Apple Bloom understands more, they lead her to the town hall where the performance is taking place. And then when they find Tinder Taps, they explain to him he can dance, and Apple Bloom was helping him out. So the CMC helped Tinder Taps, or Tender Taps, whatever you like to pronounce it, they helped Tinder Taps perform. But when Apple Bloom messes up and there's laughing going on, there's Doctor Who's and Rose Lucky in this scene, which is pretty amazing. The Doctor reference. Yay, my fave. So Tinder Taps dances by the comfort of Apple Bloom, and he gets his cutie mark, which is a top hat in the spotlight, as in tap dancing and performing like he always wanted to. So when Apple Bloom basically is proud of herself and proud of Tender, basically she thinks that there's like she basically apologizes, but Tender basically helps her be happy. So when Tender, basically Tinder thanks the CMC for their help, and basically, Apple now feels happy. And the CMC now feel like if they do things separately, they can find more chances of helping others. So then the episode ends. Now, I ship Apple Bloom with Tinder Taps. I absolutely ship it. I mean, a lot of people are already shipping these two. So we have Tinder Bloom, basically. Tinder Bloom or Tinder Bloom or Apple Taps. That basically Apple Bloom X Tinder Taps. I believe this is Apple Bloom's first shipment. And oh my goodness, it's obvious this is a shipment. It's also obvious that he looks exactly like Scootaloo but with blue hair or purple hair. Now we have seen ponies that pretty much look like Scootaloo. There's this mime pony and escape pony in there was season 5. There was this mime that looked like Scootaloo, and in what was that Rainbow Dash episode? Oh yeah, Thanks for the Memories. There was a skate pony that looked like Scootaloo. So there is some Scootaloo lookalikes here, but Tinder Taps is one of them. I'm wondering if he's related to Scootaloo. He didn't. Well, I'm thinking that, but he didn't recognize Scootaloo. I'm wondering if she is his long-lost sis and he doesn't recognize her yet. Ooh, theory here. What if Scootaloo's parents were divorced and when Scootaloo wasn't even born yet, was with a parent? Now that's a new theory here, a Scootaloo family divorce theory. I'll leave that in a separate video. But overall, here is here is the review of the episode On Your Marks, the CMC, and a new character, Tinder Taps. And there is his cutie mark on his flank. Once again, it's a top hat in the spotlight. But overall, new cutie mark design at least. So that is the episode review. And I hope you enjoy it. I give this episode a 8 furballs out of, 10 furballs. There was some situations that could have been solved, and this was just a sad episode. Most of it had sad parts in it. I feel bad for Apple Bloom. Yeah, but there were some problems that could have been switched around, but Yeah, 8 purples out of 10. See you guys in next little